Hello everyone, my name is Shashi Ranjan Jha. I am cybersecurity analyst at Data Space Security, and today we will see what is SIEM tool and what is Splunk and how Splunk as an SIEM tool is solving our real life challenges, is corporate problems by doing the data analysis, as well as how it is solving the SIEM problems, and how it is being used in the SOC environments. So we will see that. So first, to install Splunk, we have to go to this splunk.com, and from here if you just go to products, and from here if you just visit the free trials and download sections, we can download the Splunk Enterprise as a 60-day trial version from here and check out how to use Splunk. So for downloading it, you have to register over here, and then you will get the link from where you can download this Splunk tool. I have already downloaded it, so we'll move towards the theory part of it. Like, let's understand what Splunk is doing and what it is, why we want Splunk as a SIEM tool. So the meaning of a SIEM is security incident and event management, and Splunk as a SIEM tool doing it very well. So whenever there is any kind of incident or event happens, Splunk is able to find insights out of those events. It is able to find like what IP addresses has done anything malicious over the network, or what users are doing. So everything basically which is being logged somewhere in the log files, we can import those log files in the Splunk and then make meaningful insights of those data. So that is the meaning of Splunk, like turning machine data into the business values. As we can see, there are different devices, IoT devices, servers, network devices, GPS devices, and a lot of smartphones and servers are there. So all these devices are generating some kind of logs in real time, and those logs are not in a very structured manner so that people can read through those logs and find information out of it. So that is why Splunk is doing this work for us. It is gathering all those log files from the different sources and then indexing it in the Splunk indexer. Once those data get indexed, those keywords get indexed, we can make the insightful information. We can get some information about from those data, which can be used for increasing our business, for expanding our business, for checking out the security loopholes in the business, and all these things. So we can do the application delivery, IT operations also there. Those data can be used for the security, compliance, and fraud. We can see that for the forensics as well. We can see use this data for business analytics to understand how our business is doing well or not. We can use these Splunk dashboards. So this is the business value for the Splunk. Let's understand how Splunk is able to fetch these things, how Splunk is basically doing this thing. So what is its architecture? So in Splunk, we can install Splunk in 2 or 3 ways. Like, we can install Splunk on the cloud, we can install Splunk on the virtualization environment in VMware or VirtualBox. We can also install Splunk in our own system in order to like control and in order to check all the logs from your own device or from your own network. So we can install Splunk in the local home network environment as well. So whatever machine we want to install Splunk and get the data out from those machines, we either have to install the forwarders into the Splunk. So as we can see, there is a we can download this universal forwarder from the Splunk official website as well, and we have to install this is a universal forwarder onto the multiple operating systems or devices from where we want to fetch the log files to our indexers. So here we can see that it has been installed in Ubuntu, in Solaris, in Windows servers, then some firewalls, operating systems. We can also install this Splunk. Then these data basically being transferred to the indexers. It has been we give the IP address of the Splunk dashboard indexers where all the data will be transferred. So while installing the forwarder, it will ask for the receiver indexer IP address, and there we will give the indexer's IP address which is static and having a public IP address. Once those log files get forwarded from different devices to those indexers, we are able to make a search from these indexes using the keywords, and that is how basically Splunk is giving us the data from all the log files. So what things we can do with the Splunk? So it can monitor any file that is present in your system, any log files or any kind of CSV files, so text files. It can monitor all those files. It can detect any kind of file changes as well. It can listen to the network ports. It can check out the incoming and outgoing connections and requests that is been made. If any of the programs is running in the backend, it can fetch those things as well. It can check the system performance, it can check the network performance, and all these things it can do. So anything that we want to monitor in the real time, we define that thing during the installation of Splunk, that we want to monitor some files or some log files or some network interactions or the web server log files. So we give the files and we give the location of those things which we want to monitor. Once we define those things by adding the data, we can make searches from those data. So we can make searches from the log files, and then we schedule some kind of alerts and make reports out of it and do the analysis of those data. We can do all these things using the REST API that is provided by the Splunk, like the Splunk CLI is there, Splunk web interfaces are there, and there are other interfaces as well. So let's just quickly watch how we can use Splunk. So I have already installed Splunk, so all I just need to do is let's start the Splunk. So it will be started at port 8000. As you can see, this is its web API, and this is how it looks when you first log into the Splunk. Then I have already added some sample data into the Splunk, so we'll just check what is it. So from here in the Splunk, we can do the time, we can select the time range, for which time range we want to check the log files. For now I am selecting it for the all time, and like I want to search for, like there is some files in this, and I want to search for all the 404 attempts which has been made in the access.log by the client IP. So if I just add this search and want to check who are the client IPs, which client IPs actually try to access some of the places of the website where they have find the 404 error. So I want to check the statistics. So this is the statistics. So most of the IPs from the like Australia and then some other places. So from here you can check the statistics, you can check the visualization as well. It is taking the IP addresses and marking its location based on that IP address, and I can also check the events that has been made over there. So these are the events, total 690 events for the 404 error that comes to the access.log files. So we will understand this complete code, language as well. This is basically called the Splunk programming language, SPL. So using the SPL, we try to make the searches and then try to get data from the log files. And these are the interesting fields as well. So it is all by default getting the indexers, so and setting the key value pairs in from the log files, and using this only we can make the searches. So this is the introduction of the Splunk. As you can see how easy it is to configure the Splunk, and like how good it is to find the data from the log files, complex log files which is unstructured. And Splunk is making our work very easy by saving the things in a key value pair, and then we are able to make searches based on the real time, as well as we can select time range from here and get the useful information from this data.